People are saying retail is on the cusp of dying. What is happening in retail industry?
No industry will die just like that, and retail is definitely not anywhere close there, because if you see the experience that our offline space offers to the customers in the touch and feel cannot be replaced anywhere through online right now.
My favorite case study is of Future Group, Mr. Briani. He is the father of retail.
If you don't move with the trends, if you don't adapt to what is changing around you, then definitely you will be eaten by some other big shark. Rather than chasing one specific KPIs, I think it is very important to look at the customer in a holistic manner.
What is the future for category like us, modular kitchens or furniture in retail? Because as you said, the rentals are touching the sky. And what is the future for categories like us?
Future is very bright. So if you are able to do that, and if you are able to connect with the right customer, as I said, then I think the business is very much there. See, real estate is the benchmark, right? I mean, the customer, there are a lot of brands which are definitely struggling, right? Start with a lot of enthusiasm, but they don't know what.
How is AI going to hijack the retail in future?
It will definitely hijack. Whatever you can do, AI can do better.
Hi guys, this is David from Tusker Kitchens. Welcome to our podcast Built to Last by Tusker Kitchens. Retail is changing too fast. AI is rewriting the business code. E-commerce is disrupting the market, and quick commerce is building conveniency. And our today's guest has spent almost 20 years in brands like Future Groups and Stanley and Shopper Stop. And now he is the COO of Soch, which is again one of the fast-paced and growing brand in retail industry. So welcome Srikrishna to our podcast. Hi Sri, welcome to our podcast Built to Last by Tusker Kitchens. And glad to see you back after I think a long time.
Yeah, a long time. Thanks, David. Thanks for having me.
So Sri, can you tell me a bit about your journey? Where do you come from? And because I know you very well, I want the audience to know your journey in short.
Yeah, sure. So, of course, born and raised in this Nama Bengaluru. And of course, my schooling, education, everything happened here. But right from the start of my career, I've been roaming across. I mean, whether it is right from Ernakulam in Kerala to, Raipur, Chhattisgarh, roamed across Delhi. I mean, handled various portfolios in this journey. Right from, I mean, if I have to see, I started my career at a very basic level, right from the store level. And of course, hard work always pays and smart work always, pays. So raised up the ranks, and then, had the opportunity to, be mentored by best of the people in the industry, worked across best of the brands. And that is really a blessing that I got. And which also gave me a lot of exposure to roam around the country, roam around other countries also. So got exposed to a lot of best practices across industries, across product profiles and stuff like that. So if you look at my career, I have handled right from footwear to electronics to apparels to furniture, everything. So I can say that, I've been managing various portfolios in various product profiles. So that probably has given me an edge to understand how each product profile performs, how different markets perform. So I think, here where I am, I mean, after around more than 20-25 years of in my career. So right from grassroots to wherever I am today, and of course the journey is too long. Yeah, that's what.
Fantastic. But I think retail is your DNA, right?
Retail has always been my DNA. And as I said, I started my career into retail.
Sure.
And been with retail for all the while.
Sure.
Of course, in retail, the functions are different, whether it is from category perspective, operations, business perspective. Got exposed to, development, new store developments, and finance to a large extent, business development to a large extent, marketing to some extent. So, of course, various categories, various functionalities, that's what I'm exposed to. And of course, retail has been from the beginning to now.
Yeah.
I've been into retail.
Crazy roller coaster journey for retail industry from last 20 years, and you've been in the industry for very long. what is happening in retail? People are saying like, retail is on the cusp of dying because, the scale of e-commerce and quick commerce and all of that buzzwords. What is happening in retail?
See, I think no industry will die just like that, and retail is definitely not anywhere close there, because if you see, most of the brands who were into retail have ventured into e-com, quick commerce. Most of the brands who started only through e-com have also moved into offline space, right? There are a lot of brands which started only as an e-com brands. They were only offering through online space. Now they have also moved into offline stores. Why are they doing? So I think it's not about quick commerce, e-commerce or offline. I think, it's a combination of everything. I mean, if you actually see, the buzzword is now everybody wants to talk about is the omni-channel.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
Everybody wants to talk about omni-channel. I'm present here, I'm present there, I'm present everywhere.
Yeah.
Types. So if you look at rentals across any, whether it's high street or the malls, you will see in the last 2-3 years itself, rentals have jumped by more than 50-60%.
Oh.
At least in, even in not so, tier 2, tier 3 cities, rentals have gone up by 30-40%. So why is it going?
Yeah.
That means there are the demand in the market, right? I mean, or else, you can't escalate.
Sure.
So the demand, that means what? The retail is very much there, and it will continue to be there. The experience that a offline space offers to the customers in the touch and feel cannot be replaced anywhere, through online right now. Of course, AI is taking that space to some extent, but offline will continue to thrive. I think that is what it is.
So the brands who are predominantly there in this industry, all this modern era brands, people know about a lot of modern case studies. But there is one of my favorite case studies of Future Group, Mr. Biani. What
Everybody's favorite case.
So what went wrong, Sri, there? Because he is a pioneer of, father of retail. So
See, I think not just Future Group, right? I mean, there are a lot of such cases in the industry. Take Nokia as an
Sure.
example. So if you do not innovate, if you don't move with the trends, if you don't adapt to what is changing around you, then definitely you will be eaten by some other big shark, right? I mean, it's always that's the story. We have to innovate. We have to see where the trends are moving. We have to see, what's happening across the world, not just in our territory, not just in our zones, but across the world. There is a movement. People are moving to some space, online, offline, and if you do not adapt, you will be redundant. You will definitely be, out from the market. As I said, that's what happened with Nokia. I mean, that's what happened with Blackberry. That's what happened with Future Group. It will happen with brands who do not innovate.
sure.
I think, one of the very important takeaways here is, how do we learn, from what's happening across us, and how do we adapt, and how fast can we adapt? I think that's what it is. So of course, the Future Group, I mean, I've worked there. I have been associated with that brand, and
Yeah.
I mean, I was during the best of the times, I was with them. I mean, a lot of my learnings in the retail industry, probably I don't have to shy away if I have to say that I've got it from there,
Yeah.
right? I mean, that's what it is. And it feels sad that, uh, it is not there today, or it is in different forms today. And nobody could replace it.
Correct. Yeah.
The kind of buzz that big bazaars used to create, there's nobody today
Doing it.
who could create that kind of a buzz today, right? I mean, that's the reality. So yeah.
Yeah, but I think there is too much of pressure on average ticket size in the industry, and every category has a different ATIC. So, what is your observation there? Is ATIC very important category wise, or how are brands looking into that, like to scale that ATIC?
See, I think ATEC is a very, very specific KPI, if I have to say. I think,
Sure.
for the brands, I would say what is more important is, how do you connect with the customer itself?
Yeah.
Rather than chasing one specific KPIs, I think it is very important to look at the customer in a holistic manner. Okay, if somebody is walked into my store, or somebody is logged into my website, or somebody is active on my app, it is a very important activity. The customer coming in, whether it's digitally or physically,
Yeah.
it's an important activity. I think, what is more important is not just chasing the KPIs, but how do I make sure that the customer is connected?
Yeah.
Okay, across, as I said, if you look at any supermarket kind of a business today, there are, as you rightly said, there are 40, 50 categories.
Sure.
Are, at a broader level.
Yeah.
At a macro level, at least there are around 15, 20 categories, right?
Yes.
So, of course, the KPIs do matter, but what is more important is when the customer is inside my store, either, as I said, digitally or physically, how do I connect them to various products that I have? And then holistically look at how do I make that experience better? This is something that I learned in retail, right? One of the brands that I was associated with, like Shoppers Stop, it is ingrained in our DNA that, the customer comes first.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think, that is a mistake people do, that people look at customer as a transaction.
Sure.
Rather than looking at them as a journey, together. Yeah. So the moment you bring it down to a transaction, I think that's not the probably, long term approach.
But I think they are looking into transaction, which I feel because everything today is associated with that word called as fast.
Correct.
Quick, quick commerce, fast fashion. Oh, okay. Let us come to fast fashion, by the way. What is fast fashion, Shri? I mean, why there is so much of hush hush going in that industry?
So, Gen Z, right?
Yeah.
That's a buzzword if you look at.
Yeah.
That's a. So, people want to be, associated with something as fast fashion. The fashion today is not fashion tomorrow. That is fast fashion.
Yeah.
Okay. If I have to put it in such a simple word, that is what it is. Today's fashion is not there tomorrow.
Yeah.
So, are you in today? In is a word, right? Everybody wants to be, in that zone, in that fashion. Like, so Zara, for example, the Zara model, we all, it's a case study.
Yeah.
How Zara actually does their entire merchandising, how Zara thinks of their product, how fast they put that in their stores.
Sure.
That's a case study, right? They brought that fast fashion. Today, anybody and everybody wants to be in that space. So the younger generation, they are not really keen on getting associated with brand kind of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
They want to feel more comfortable. Their requirements are there. The way they look at themselves is very different.
Yeah.
They know what they want and they're confident of how they look, and they don't feel the pressure of judgment.
Sure.
What they are is what they are.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that is a very, very big change. And that's a very good change if you actually look at it. And that is what keeps the fashion going. Okay. Today's fashion, as I said, is not in tomorrow. So I want to have that space today. I want to enjoy that space today. And it is changing. So it keeps changing. And a lot of brands there. You look at Zudio, you look at Zara, you look at, so many brands that keeps coming, H&M. So a lot of people want to try this.
Sure.
All these brands, what they do is they have something called as a core, and then there is fashion.
Sure.
Right? So core is something which is giving them the bread and butter.
Yeah.
Fashion is something that keeps their pills busy.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what is happening in the fashion industry today, and it's a good change.
It is a good change, but do you also think that this change is possible because of the kind of data that is available in the industry? Because I think data is also playing a very important role to keep abreast with a lot of trends, and today we can get what customer is browsing what category, and how is data playing role in this?
Data plays a very, very important role. We can talk about it, but I think one of the very important things while we talk about the data is also how government is looking at the data today. There is already DPDP, right, act in place.
What's DPDP?
Data protection.
Okay.
There are data protection rights. It has become an act today where there are a lot of regulations that is going to come in place, right, on how we use the data, and how we cannot misuse the data, right? So even while we look at the data, of course, that's a digression from what we have been discussing, but that's a very different topic altogether, and it's a very vast topic, and a lot of lot of work is already happening around it.
Yeah.
Because all of us in this room here, right, we are all customers.
Yeah.
And all of us are sharing a lot of things in the online and digital space, right?
Correct.
When I click on some item,
Yeah.
there's already so much of analysis that's happening on what is the size,
Oh.
what color,
Yeah.
what price points, what I'm browsing, how much time I spent on the product.
Yeah.
Did I look at different options available? So
Yeah.
that means the entire data analytics is already running the back end, right?
Sure.
So now how much of the data is actually used only for analytics and not for any other purpose
Sure.
becomes very important.
Correct.
So one of the very important things in the data is to stitch the online and offline journey.
Offline journey. Correct. Yeah.
The customer who comes to the retail store, generally the practice is we take their, mobile number is a key identifier, right?
Yeah.
Everything is stitched across the platforms through your identification, which is your mobile number. So the moment the number is available, then I can stitch what you bought last time, how frequently you keep visiting me, what are the various categories that you are interested in, how much time you spent on which store or which product or which category, what price points you bought. Based on that, I will be able to tell you or tell my category team and others, what is my customer going to purchase next?
Yeah. Yeah.
What colors are going to be the next big thing?
Yeah.
Which are my sizes? What kind of cuts? What kind of patterns? What kind of seasonalities?
Wow. Yeah.
So there are a lot of things that happens through the data, right? How do I plan? If I have to really look at my category planning,
Sure.
I have to close what I'm going to buy in the next autumn winter in next 1 month.
Right.
Spring summer for next spring summer, I've already closed what I'm going to buy, right? How am I doing it?
Sure.
How do I know what is that I'm going to buy in next autumn winter?
Sure.
So it's all
The vicious circle, I can say.
it's all
And I think the operandi has been built on very same format. That's why brands like you mentioned, are successfully doing it. I think there is everybody is wanting to study this brands at a scale, Shri. But I think you made a very important point. And before going to our next segment, I just want to ask a question to you because you've been in this industry for very long. But what is the future for a category like us, modular kitchens or furniture in retail? Because as you said, the rentals are touching the sky, and the OPEX is, going very high, and the bottom lines are bleeding. So, what is the future for categories like us?
future is very bright.
Sure.
I'll tell you, especially for a category like yours. I think there's a lot of, because see, the way I'm looking at it, customers are evolving and they're evolving really fast now, right? Because if you look at 20 years back, probably the information, how much information is available with me with what is happening in Europe or what's happening in America or what's happening in probably Dubai or what's happening across the world, London, I do not know much. But today, sitting here, I have the complete information of what is happening in the world around me, how each society is evolving. That information becomes a very important thing.
Sure.
So now I know, and as I said, I'm not looking at just the brand or I'm not looking at just something, right? I'm also looking at something which adds value to my purchase,
Sure.
not just the price. And this is where most of the people don't get it right. What are the difference between a value and a price? Right? It's two different things.
Yeah.
A coffee is a coffee. Why is it 40 rupees somewhere and 400 rupees somewhere, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So it is a value that gets attached to the product and not just the price.
Yeah.
So that is the shift that is happening today.
Yeah.
And the way I see it, now the people are more conscious about what they are buying,
Sure.
how much they are spending, what is the return that they are going to get, not just in 2 months, 5 months, rather 5 years, 10 years, 15
Lifetime
years.
value. Yeah.
Yeah. People are conscious.
Sure.
But of course, there are in any industry, not just in your industry, but in any industry, there are various segments of customers, right?
Yeah.
Those who belong to, no, I can't spend this much, but I'm okay to spend only this much and be happy with that.
Yeah.
And then there's the mid-tier, which is exposed to what they want and are consciously making decision of what they want. And then there is a upper segment which knows what they want. They're ready to pay the value to what they want.
Sure. Yeah.
right? I think that is the segmentation that is very important, so that you capture the right audience, and then you are in the right hands. I think that is where the industry is trending. Yeah.
Right. So, in this segment, Shri, we talk about the homemaking journeys, and this is actually a very interesting conversation with somebody like you, because instead of talking about the homemaking journey, I want to know about, like, what are the typical mistakes Indian consumers do while selecting a kitchen? Because, I think that is the first category that you buy once you get the
Correct.
suggestion. So, what do you think is the typical Indian mistakes that we do?
See, we give a lot of importance to uh, people who come and sit in the living room, right?
Sure.
Normally, when people come, they are in the living room. Kitchen is not where everybody comes and sees, right? So I'm more conscious of what I put in the living room than probably what I put in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't mind spending little bit extra there, but I'm very cautious about what I spend there. Okay, so that is one of the mistakes that people do, because I think that is where the entire activity is happening. Here you are just sitting and relaxing. I mean, I would not say you should give lesser importance to the living, but you should give equal importance to the
Kitchen.
utility also. I mean, kitchen and everything, because that is where the entire, I mean, they always say, right, the journey of the food becomes the most important part of how you live your life. So, and that is where the entire food is getting prepared. And yeah, you should give a lot of importance to that also.
And why are customers still buying from, doing the job from Carpenters? Because the unorganized category is still taking the maximum share of pie. What magic do these guys have, Shri? I mean, how are they doing it?
I actually see it little differently. I mean, I touched upon it a little. I mean, as I said, it's an evolving market, right? It's an evolving economy. You will always find people who are conscious about where they spend, how much I can spend.
Yeah.
And that's the mid-tier, right? So they will be conscious. I mean, if I can save 100 rupees here, I want to save that 100 rupees there.
Yeah.
Okay. That is one thing. Secondly, the word of mouth becomes very important.
Yeah.
Somebody has already done something with somebody, and I know I trust their work. And most of the organized players are just now, coming up, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know you.
Yeah.
And I'm scared.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I mean, I give the contract to you, you will take big money. I don't know how you will perform, what you will do.
Yeah.
And even if you do mistake, I don't know whose collar to catch, right?
Sure.
I mean, that is also there, because in a corporate, I don't know. I mean, everybody says my manager, my manager, my manager. I don't know who's the manager.
Yeah.
So I think these are the typical challenges
Yeah.
that probably is there. And I think that is where the market is evolving. But as I said, there is also one layer of customers who know what they want and who don't mind paying to what they want.
Sure.
I think that is the segment which is already there. They have seen the world. They have seen what works, what does not work. Maybe it is the second home. I have already made all my mistakes personally, right?
Yeah.
When I built my first home, I was very conscious. I know I will only spend this much. पूरा इधर हो गया खर्चा. अभी इसमें थोड़ा कम करते हैं. We have already spent lakhs in building the house. For interiors, we'll only spend this much. Now when I moved to the second home, right, I already have that learning.
Sure. Yeah.
I already have that learning. I know what is more important. I know what mistakes I did in my first home.
Yeah.
I know what I'm suffering because of that. Second home, I'm conscious. No, yaar, we will not compromise on this. We will not compromise on this.
Yeah.
Now I want to, do something better.
Yeah.
So that conscious automatically comes in. So
Sure.
yeah,
That is it. And from your industry, because I think your career shift is also very interesting. You came from fashion and then you handle furniture also, loose furniture, fixed furniture. That logic of retail, how did you applied it, and what is your suggestion for a modular kitchen brands, that what logic should we apply from retail? Because end of the day, we are brick and mortar only.
yes.
Yeah. So,
I think the product comes first, David, the way I see it, right? The product becomes as I said, I have done my journey from apparels to furniture,
sure.
and back from furniture to apparels, and again furniture to apparels. I have done this journey multiple times.
Yeah.
And what I feel is, I mean, for example, I buy a shirt, right?
No.
I pay some 3,000-4,000. I don't like the fit. I don't like it. I shove it somewhere inside the wardrobe.
Yeah.
I forget about it.
Correct.
I cannot do it with the furniture.
Yeah.
It is there right in front of me every day.
Yeah.
And something goes wrong with it.
Yeah.
I curse that brand and I curse that product every day.
Yeah.
Right? So it is very important to get the product right in the furniture industry.
Correct.
Because or else it is not something that I will show it in a wardrobe and then forget about it. Or I put it in charity and I forget about it.
Yeah.
So I think, if you are able to get the product right, and if you are able to, communicate the USPs of that product right, I think people will appreciate what it is.
Yeah.
I think that is what I think is very important.
Yeah.
So it is. So if you are able to do that, and if you are able to connect with the right customer, as I said, then I think the business is very much there.
Yeah.
See, real estate is the benchmark, right, for this industry.
Yeah. Yeah.
And in any growing economy, India is also now, if you look at the real estate journey, is booming like anything.
Anything. Yeah. Yeah.
Wherever you go, construction is happening.
Sure.
Wherever you go, some new apartment is coming.
Yeah.
Wherever you go, some big,
Villas.
malls or villas and all these things are coming, right? So that means in the last 5 years, and it will continue for another 15 years,
Sure.
the real estate boom is going to be there.
I got it.
And you can't have 4 walls, right?
Yeah.
You have to furnish it.
Sure.
I think that is the potential that we are talking about.
Correct.
And in that, if you look at premiumization,
Yeah.
earlier there was a time where most of the apartments used to be in sub 1 crore.
Yeah.
Now, if you look the shift
Sure.
between 2 crores to 4 crores and 5, you look at any newspaper today, they are not talking about anything less than 2-3 crores.
Correct.
It's like peanuts today.
Yes. Yes.
I think that is where the churn is.
Yeah.
That means now the premiumization is happening.
Yeah.
This is where the journey is now getting started.
Yeah.
Another 10-15 years, I see huge potential, especially from premiumization point of view.
And when you talk about kitchen industry also, I mean, as you correctly said, that it is now evolving. I think last 4 or 5 years, it has been a roller coaster ride, and there are a lot of, few brands got first mover advantage, and there are some digital first brands who are evolving. So it's a tough competition. All right. So, everybody is trying to fish in that common pool,
True.
right? So you also mentioned about customer segmentation. I think it is very important. But I think for a brand to make a end consumer understand, the value of a product and a brand, that is the biggest, I think, complicated code that brands are not able to, that's still fighting there. So what is your logic there, Sri?
See, I as I said, I also spoke about a little bit on price versus value, right?
Sure.
Now, how do you create a value?
Yeah.
Now, there was a time where everybody wanted to import kitchens,
Yeah.
right? There are so many imported brands. I don't want to name any right now, but there's so many imported brands, and I took pride in having an imported kitchen in my
Sure.
home, right?
Yeah.
Now, after 1 year, after 2 years, something goes wrong in that.
Correct.
Now, am I getting the part?
Yeah.
Now, who is looking at the maintenance of it?
Yeah.
Now, that is what I'm talking about. So now it is not just about sales. Now, I think if you are to get the right customer, you have to talk more from service point of view. Because once you buy, especially, kitchen and all these things, you're looking at a lifespan of at least around 10, 15, 20 years, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to be spending every year, every 2 years, every 5 years.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So how do you make sure that you're talking from value creation point of view?
Sure.
How are you talking about your robust service orientation point of view?
Yeah.
And of course, Make in India is a buzzword.
Yeah.
Okay. And if you are able to make sure that, I am here for you.
Yeah.
I don't want to get anything flying from Italy. I don't want anything flying from London, but I'm here.
Yeah.
And I am there with you.
Sure.
I think that is the difference that I'm talking about
Yeah.
in creating this value.
Yeah.
Right. Secondly, when you talk about certain product commodities, and you say these are the advantages and these are the disadvantages, and the most important is the last mile, which is your floor executive, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
As I said, I have my own personal experience.
Mm-hmm.
It is that last mile that
Right.
makes a lot of difference.
Absolutely correct. Yeah.
Okay, and if that guy is able to convey the right message to me,
Yeah.
then I'm a little bit more interested in exploring.
Yeah.
If I miss that connectivity buzz there,
Yeah.
then I'm exploring ABCD.
Yeah.
Whoever is good, I will go with them.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And that's the very tough war, I can say. When I open my LinkedIn in the morning, I see some or the other customer tagging brands and complaining about service and like, the warranty, guarantee, all of that. Like, I think, if you check the customer satisfaction index also for a lot of this, like, so-called furniture and modular kitchen brand, it's not great,
It is not.
It's really not great. So that is something that nobody is talking about.
Yeah.
But I think it's very important also. What do you think, Sri?
It is very, very important. As I said, let's look at, the journey, right? The customer making a decision to buy does not happen when he is in the store.
Sure.
The customer's decision making of buying happens when the house, only the four walls are ready.
Yeah.
When that four walls are ready, customer is already thinking, इधर क्या लगाना है, उधर क्या लगाना है, इसमें क्या जाएगा, उसमें क्या जाएगा, which brand I will buy, what are the components. So the dream of homemaking starts much before the actual shopping.
Absolutely.
So there, how do we reach them, and how do we make sure that, talk the right things, right? As I said, service is one thing. Timely deliver is a big challenge in today's industry.
Yeah.
I commit, I overcommit, I underdeliver. That's one of the bigger challenges.
Sure.
So if we are able to, tell the customer that this is what I'm committing, this is what I will deliver, this is a proof of concept.
Yeah.
I've delivered 100 kitchens, I've delivered, 200 kitchens, I've delivered this many happy customers. These are the customer numbers. Go talk to anybody.
Sure.
If you are able to build that confidence, right? that's going to change everything.
Absolutely. That's a game changer.
Yeah, that's a game changer.
Yeah.
That confidence that, you talk to anybody, I know what I'm doing.
Sure.
You talk to anybody and I'm home.
Yeah.
So I think that service orientation and the timely delivery and saying that I am there with you, not just as a transaction, but through and through.
Yeah.
And any small things, any big things, I'm there with you. I think that's going to be a game changer.
You cook?
Sometimes.
Oh, you enjoy doing it?
Yeah, I cook for my son.
Okay.
Or else, that's only in a weekend, maybe once in a while.
Uh-huh.
But I prepare only certain special dishes only, not the regular.
So I do. When you make your hands dirty.
Yes.
All right. And
As I said, for my friend, yes.
so, you must have also identified some basic mistakes in the kitchen and the gaps.
Yeah.
What are they, Sri?
See, one, is the design itself, right?
Yeah.
When I'm cooking here, where are the utensils, placed? Small things, right? Makes a lot of difference, actually.
Sure.
Where the utensils are placed, whether there is a drain tray.
Yeah.
The moment I put something wet, whether there is a drain tray for that.
Yeah.
Or else the water is dripping.
Yeah.
And, the modularity of it.
Yeah.
Accessibility.
Sure.
You keep the shelves too high.
Yeah.
Accessibility becomes a problem.
Yeah.
The maids are, the people who are actually cooking may not be 6 feet. So the placement, the design, everything makes a lot of difference.
Sure.
So the entire design has to be kept customer in mind while they're doing the designing.
Yeah.
And accessories that they use, right? That makes a lot of difference. You have to suggest the right accessories.
Sure.
Not just for, increasing the ATEC,
Yeah.
but actually for customer convenience.
Convenience also.
How you utilize the corners.
Yeah.
Most of the times you'll see the corner is getting wasted.
Yeah.
Right? That entire space is not accessible. Or you don't have the right accessories for that space.
Yeah.
And then where is your water purifier? Where is your tabs? Where is your everything? All these small things makes a lot of difference.
But I think you made a very, very valid point that, first home buyer, he knows all this challenges. Now, I think when you're going to go for your second or third home, I don't know, you may take this corrective measures.
Yes.
But I think it's better to learn from, the data and mistakes of the buyers who are.
There is a saying that human lifespan is too small to do all the mistakes.
Yeah.
Learn from others' mistakes.
Sure.
Right? So I can't do all the mistakes myself.
Yes.
I don't have such a long lifespan.
Yeah.
So it's better to learn from others' mistake.
Yeah.
Understand what is the learning from everybody.
Sure.
And that's why I said word of mouth becomes important.
Sure.
When I'm building a home, right, I'm definitely talking to so many people.
Yes.
Who did this for you? How is the work?
Yeah.
I will visit. I'll take the pain to go to their house.
Correct.
See what is happening there.
Yeah.
And I will also observe. Though I may not tell, अरे यार तुमने ये गलती कर दिया.
Correct.
But I will observe this is something wrong here.
Yeah.
Right? And then I will put it in my head. This mistake I should not do.
Oh.
Okay, so it's a journey, right? I will That's what it is. And then it becomes very important.
Sure.
So, I mean, I as I confess, my first home, the mistake that I did, second home, we corrected a lot of things.
Correct.
But believe me, there's still a lot of mistakes.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So
Uh,
maybe it's a learning for my next project.
Next project.
Yeah.
Yes.
So-
Yes. And what do you think the future for wooden kitchen is? Because I think wood is predominantly used, especially like, the carcass. There are so many materials like HDF, MDF, and over
HDSMR.
Yeah. So India is a country, very interesting country, diverse cooking, diverse climate. So I think that kitchen is taking too much, the wooden kitchen. So
See, I think longevity makes a lot of difference here. And I personally feel wood is not the solution,
okay,
right?
okay,
I mean, it's not even from environmental friendly point of view.
sure,
A lot of, I mean, of course, now everything is engineered wood. Not everything is real wood, but still, there's a lot of, things that happens there.
yeah,
Steel is another material that's happening. I mean, the acrylic, the glass, all these things is definitely another very big thing that
sure,
changes very fast.
yeah,
A lot of people are already venturing into that.
sure,
But of course, I mean, right from beginning, when you see the commercial kitchens were always steel,
sure,
right? If you go to any big hotels and stuff like that, the commercial kitchens were always steel.
yeah,
Why is it not adapted in the residential? Maybe because of the costing.
sure.
There, my ROI is calculated differently. In a home,
It's
it's very different. It's an investment that I'm personally making, right? So I think once you are able to crack that piece, I think that's a future that we are.
You have to pay some 20% premium.
Correct.
Like wood.
But for a peace of mind, right?
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
It's a cost of peace of mind.
Yeah. So before going into the last segment, Sri, I just want to know your what is your dream project, or maybe are you working on your dream project or home project, and what it is?
I mean, I don't know whether I should put it on the roll yet, but yeah, there is some work that's happening around. I mean,
Work.
between me and my wife, of
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, they are the homemakers, should say. I mean, it's not just the word, but actual homemakers,
Sure.
right? I mean, without them, there's no home.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, so yes, there is some work that's already happening. We have identified what we want.
Sure.
We want, we exactly, at least after 2 mistakes, now we know what are the mistakes that I should not be repeating, rather we should not be repeating.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, she plays a very, very important role in identifying the products, identifying the brands and all that. I mean, most of the time she will only call me, Sri, why don't you come and negotiate? So my role gets limited to just negotiation with the vendor. Okay, because I think she knows
Yeah.
things, right? I mean, she is the one who's doing the groundwork.
Sure.
Yeah, I think that's what it
And what is the dream kitchen of your dream home is gonna look like? So you said that there are a lot of mistakes that you did in second project also.
See, definitely one important thing is the material itself, the core material. I mean, the carcass, the
Yeah.
shutters,
Sure.
the aesthetics, the lighting,
Sure.
the accessories. I think, it plays a vital role in the entire understanding of how we work in a kitchen.
Sure.
I think, the size itself makes a lot of difference. What side of kitchen that I'm holding, I mean, and what is the kind of, right from the height of the counters to the accessories below it, everything makes a lot of difference. I'm definitely looking for something that you guys are, good at.
Super.
Okay,
I think I'm gonna make my team
Yeah.
praise you.
So once my probably home is in that shape,
Yeah.
I think I will have to just come back to you and
Thanks.
make it happen.
Thanks. Absolutely. Yes.
So-
Absolutely. So Shri, we have a very interesting segment here. This is called as Tusker Bite. It's like a rapid fire. So we'll
Very
just do it very quickly. So Zudio or Unique?
Uniqlo,
Uniqlo. IKEA or Stanley?
Stanley,
Amazon or Flipkart?
Amazon,
Nike or Adidas?
Nike,
One buzzword in retail.
customer.
The favorite manager of yours?
Should I name? Srikrishna,
Reliance Trends or Shopper Stop?
Shopper Stop.
E-commerce over AI?
It's actually synonyms. E-com and AI are synonyms today.
Growth or profitability?
Profitability.
Omni-channel or store first?
It's omni.
Build brand or performance marketing?
Build brand.
Biggest pain point of retail industry?
Customer.
OPEX is very high in retail, myth or reality?
Reality.
90% of retail brands are dying. True or false?
True.
And last question, what is built to last for you is?
Ethics.
Thanks, Sri. I just want to know your journey ahead, and are you going to be in this space for longer duration? Are you on the journey of entrepreneurship? And after spending such a long time in the industry, what is future for you now, Sri?
I'm going to be definitely associated with the industry for a long time, but not very long time as a probably employee tax.
Sure.
One of the very interesting space that I'm looking for is consulting, because one is, I know that a lot of brands. I answered yes to your question of 90% of the brands are dying. What I'm saying is there are a lot of brands which are definitely struggling, right?
Yeah.
And there is definitely a lot of lack of resources. They start with a lot of enthusiasm, but they don't know what to do, where to go, where they are going wrong and stuff like that. I see a lot of potential in helping those brands or guiding those brands in taking the right decisions and making it right for them and stuff like that. A lot of brands which are in the mid tier today, which they start on a big scale, and then they eat up a lot of investors' money, and then they just get out, right? Burning money, right? As I said, I answered for profitability and building brands.
Sure.
That's what I actually believe in.
Wow.
Don't just burn cash and make a name and then evaporate, right? You have to be there to look at things, what's happening.
Sure.
That comes with building brands and not by just performance, right?
Yeah.
So I think, there are a lot of brands which are really there, and that is where I see myself, 5 years down the line, where I can definitely get associated with those brands, help them take right decisions, guide them through, because as I said, in this journey of 25 years, I am 100% sure I've made so many mistakes, right?
Sure.
So why waste that learning?
Yeah, correct.
Rather use that learning to make others better.
Yes.
Right? I think that is where I'm looking at, and that's the journey that I'm looking forward to.
Super. If I'll not ask you this question, Shri, I think this is going to be a very big crime about AI. So everywhere there is the AI, fatigue. So how is AI going to hijack the retail in future?
It will definitely hijack
Yeah.
a lot of functions which are redundant and repetitive. Right? When I say whatever you can do, AI can do better.
Sure.
Where it can't do better is in your creative thinking.
Yeah.
Right? So I think you are having a safe job. Because marketing is all about creativity, right?
Sure.
If something that can be repetitive, something that the machine can learn, it will learn.
Correct.
It will replace.
Yes.
What it can't replace is your genuinity.
Yeah.
What it can't replace is probably your creative thinking, empathy. Those are the things that we should be talking about. And it is not human versus machine. It is how do I collaborate and not compete.
Correct.
I think it is more about collaboration. AI is a good thing. Let me tell you. Today, AI can actually recognize something that can go wrong in the human body 15 years down the line or 10 years down the line.
Wow. Yeah.
Medically, your medical diagnosis is changing so fast thanks to AI.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
There are a lot of good things that's happening because of AI.
Sure.
So all these job losses, all these things that we keep talking about are very small things, David,
Sure.
if you ask me.
Sure.
There are a lot of big things that's actually happening across the world. Pharma industry,
Yeah.
okay, safety and security, whether it is vehicle safety, all the other things that we keep talking about. AI will not replace you, but AI will actually make you better.
Yeah. Yeah.
You will be using your time to do something better than doing repetitive jobs.
Yes. Yes.
Right? So I would use this as a collaboration and not a competition.
Absolutely.
So, but use AI, and then you have to be yourself also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the crux is in human mind.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who created AI?
Who created AI?
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is the last question, Sri, I want to ask. What is your message for Generation Z, Gen Zs, who want to get into retail or want to start their brand, somebody like you who has spent so much and now planning for a consultation, like in a journey ahead, I want a small consultation from you to this generation, Sri.
You guys are really good. I mean, I really appreciate. See, the one very good thing I appreciate in Gen Zs, right?
Yeah,
They're solution oriented.
correct.
They find solutions. They're not the ones who get stuck.
Yeah,
Okay, and they're fearless in their approach,
yeah,
right? Retail is a very good space and it's a beautiful space. Of course, you are a consumer and hence you know what you're doing. So just enjoy the journey.
yeah.
I mean, I think the only thing that probably I would want to tell them is be yourself,
Yeah,
be in the flow, enjoy the journey, you know, go wherever the life takes you.
sure.
Don't be afraid
Yeah,
to try something.
correct.
I think that's more important. Enjoy your life
Yeah.
and be responsible, of course, towards yourself and towards your country. I think that's very, very important.
Wow, it was amazing. Like, I mean, talking to you, Shri. It's always good talking to you, and I really enjoy like on the camera, off the camera. And thanks for coming here on our platform, Shri. And looking forward to meet you soon, like offline also, Shri. Yeah.
Thanks, David. I think it's I really thank for this opportunity. I mean, it feels good to share, whatever that I've learned and all these things, and really appreciate the effort that you have taken to get me here. Okay, and thank you very much.
Right.
And thanks to all your team.
Thanks a lot.